might not have been, but I'm gonna blame it on you now.
Hold on, let me go back and quote myself, because y'all keep talking. I'm gonna quote myself in a second.
Okay, because I definitely responded to you and blamed you, and then I got an initial downvote because someone probably thought I hate you, but then everyone else was like, that's exactly what happened. And then
okay, so I said there is no better time to reach 20,000 subscribers than in the middle of a Dos of Cero show. We were in the middle of a Dos of Cero show. It was 2-0.
No,
we
were in the middle of a match that just happened to currently be 2-0. It's not Dos of Cero until it's over.
The show was going, and it was Dos of Cero when it happened.
I'm the jinx judge, and I've decreed that you jinxed it.
Bang the gavel, Chris.
Me and my friend were watching some Shia LaBeouf movie about golfing, and there was like
what?
Let's let this happen, everybody.
Guys, there's a segue. Promise.
Jinxing, like he would literally just what was that movie called? Somebody, anyone? Greatest game ever played or something?
I don't know. You watched it.
Shia LaBeouf goes golfing.
It's about like an underdog just going and winning some kind of open golf thing. I don't watch golf, guys.
I think it's the greatest game ever played.
That's the one.
They won the U.S. Open Cup?
Yes, they won the U.S. Open Cup. And there was this like British guy who the whole time was just like, he'll never win. He's not a professional golfer. And he was just like the epitome of a jinx. So now whenever this story doesn't have a good ending, by the way. Now whenever anybody is trying to jinx something, I'll take on that character and call him Sir Henry Jinx, inventor of the jinx. And so I'll say, I, Sir Henry Jinx, declare the U.S. have already won this game. And that's what Aaron did.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was a long way around to get here,
guys.
Yeah.
It was like 30% worth it. So I'll give you that, Chris.
Let me talk more about Shia LaBeouf movies real quick.
Okay.
We're not always watching Skulls.
My favorite movie, The Legend of the Crystal Skull.
Here on /Shia LaBeouf.
I'm sure that's an actual subreddit too.
So
shout out to our buddies over at /Shia LaBeouf.
/Shia LaBeouf cast.
Okay, so I want to say something to defend Julian Green, because everybody apparently wants to hate him.
Hey, you guys can look through the comments. I was the first on the defend Julian Green bandwagon, alright?
Yeah, if you read my Twitter, it's probably sooner. Ooh, nah.
Oh, snap. Now we have to go back.
You really do fit in Portland, don't you, Aaron?
Reddit
Get the
timelines.
timestamps.
Twitter timestamps. Reddit's timekeeping is not.
Julian Green hipsters, Jesus.
Okay, so
everybody was piling on instantly. It was
they
like
were, and I felt so bad for the kid. I felt so bad for the kid. He came on in the middle of one of the biggest rivalries in North America, quote unquote, I guess, whatever. U.S.-Mexico is a huge game.
Furthermore, none of the U.S. players looked good at that point. No.
Oh, yeah. And it was a hostile crowd. He was nervous, and he's only dealt with, like, 4th Division German fans, which is, like, nothing. So, I mean, it was a new experience for him.
The U.S. team was getting hammered by the time he came into that match, and no matter who was playing in that position, the pressure was going to be on.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't do that bad. And think, okay, so I'm 23 years old, right? If I think back to 5 years ago, me going on and playing U.S.-Mexico, that would have been frightening. In front of.
Would have been, but he's a professional soccer player and he gets paid money to do it, so it's a little bit different.
Only a little bit, though. I was good when I was 18. I had like an indoor soccer team and everything.
Were you playing for Bayern or a different one of the Bundesliga teams?
It was
Which one had picked you up?
Hangover 96.
It was their indoor team.
It was Hangover 96.
That's it.
But anyways.
That was a terrible joke. Sorry, guys.
No, it's probably the best one so far. This episode, anyway.
Oh gosh, it's been that bad.
And Sir Jinx has returned.
So
I say Henry Jinx declare this is the best joke in the world. You guys appreciate it now. If I didn't tell that whole story, you would have no idea what the fuck I was talking about.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, drop those F-bombs. Let's get that explicit tag up there, huh?
Go.
All right,
We've not cursed enough in this episode. I want to say that.
Anyways, so Michael Bradley looked good, huh?
He looks
did.
fucking good.
God damn it. You guys are too much.
Seriously, did Michael Bradley have like the greatest 2 games in a week of any American ever? I mean,
That's why I said there's no MLS midfield that can beat Michael Bradley right now.
But you're comparing a whole midfield to one person right now.
Exactly.
I mean, you're one of those people that like pretends that a good college football team could beat a pro team, huh?
Okay. No, but
Okay.
the 2009 Tar Heels could have beaten that
Just
Bobcats
no, but-
that Bobcats team that won 7 games. I
Now, are you
think
saying they could beat them 6 games out of 10, or are you saying they could beat them like 3 games out of 10?
they could beat them 9 games out of 10.
Oh my God, we're through.
No, because think about it. That 09 team
Done
had
here.
Ty Lawson and Danny Green and Tyler Hansbrough and Dion. Well, he didn't do anything. And yeah.
That's like 21-year-olds. That's probably like 19-year-olds.
No, they were all juniors except
Okay.
for Hansbrough. He was a senior. And then he went and played for Indiana, and Indiana misses him now because they can't get offensive rebounds.
Oh boy.
This is going to be a basketball / Shia LaBeouf podcast. But
I could bring it back by talking about how good I thought Eddie Johnson played against Mexico.
let's talk about it.
I thought Eddie Johnson played well against Mexico.
Good.
Now, can you please compare and contrast that with how Eddie Johnson has been playing at DC?
He
And
played
I'm
well.
legitimately asking because DC, again, I'm sorry it was your winning game. It was your big excitement. That's one of the few games that I only watched like the 6-minute highlights. I didn't watch like the condensed match or anything like that. So I don't remember his name being called out a lot, but I only watched the 6-minute condensed version. So did he just not play? Did he not play well?
He played. He played okay. Here's the thing, though. We don't have anybody that can get him the ball like Michael Bradley can, or like any national team midfielder.
Mauro Rosales, or you have to pump balls into the box for Eddie to be effective because he's not going to go collect it for you. Like it's
No, he's not. And we don't have anybody to do that, and that's problematic. And our goals against New England were kind of crappy. Chris Wolf scored one of them, and Jose Gonçalves scored the other one.
Are we going to have another situation where own goal is the leader of the DC Golden Boot?
As long as we win more than 3 games, I'll be okay with that.
Or you could just win another Open Cup.
Yeah, exactly. And also win CCL, and then win 6 games next year or something.
And then win the Club World Cup, right? Good job.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. That's the master plan of
Give
Mr.
Ben
Eric
Olsen a call.
Tohier.
Yeah, give Ben Olsen a call and let him know.
Yeah. I don't know that it might be time for Ben Olsen to go. It's definitely.
Let's talk about that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Got real. We're gonna find a segue
hold on.
back to the U.S.
Hold
Mexico game, but we're gonna rag on Ben Olsen first.
Hold on. They just won their first game in 8 months. And last season, you didn't say, it's time for Ben Olsen to go, but you waited till they won their first game in 8 months to say it's time for him to go?
I didn't say it is. I didn't say it is time. I said it might be time.
It's a
I
real
just-
hassle for Ian to have to watch the game, so he's.
I just don't know that he. I don't know that he has a cohesive plan. I
Also,
think
Ian has a screenshot of DC not being at the bottom of the table, so this season is officially a success.
it's my computer background now. Yeah. I replaced
He got a tattoo of it on his left arm.
I replaced that Altador snow picture with that. Yeah, no.
Gosh.
Speaking of Altador, there was a U.S. men's team versus a Mexico men's team. I like that I always say U.S. men's team just because I'm used to the USMNT.
Well, because our women's team is also a thing.
Correct.
We might actually talk to
I
them.
agree that we do.
Talk about them, not talk to them. That would be.
I'd like to talk to them.
I mean, I would too, but I don't think we're big enough yet to get like Hope Solo on the podcast.
So we're floating at like 150 listeners right now. Do you think if we cross that 200 barrier, maybe we could give Alex Morgan a call?
What's the number to get
We're
Alex?
halfway there.
I will pay people to listen.
just to get Alex Morgan.
That is correct.
That means I'm gonna have to like cut my hair and shave and everything. Goodness.
Oh gosh.
So we saw the Europe. We got to see like the MLS players in this call up, and we saw the European players in the call up before.
Yeah, our MLS team is a lot better than our Europe-based team, by the way.
This month they are for sure.
This year they are, because they really impressed against South Korea too.
Well, I guess it helps that you have Donovan Dempsey and Bradley on our MLS team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were complete game changers.
It also helps that we have our starting center backs. By the way, I think Goodson needs to replace Gonzalez immediately, if not sooner. Next to
Gonzalez
Beasler.
had a shaky patch on the U.S. team.
He has had a shaky season. He started out pretty crappy too with the Galaxy. I mean, he was on that back line that I've talked about before that led in so many goals against the Tijuana. And
well, I guess that'll all teach us all a valuable lesson about giving DP contracts to defenders, right, guys?
I don't think it's a terrible idea.
I was just joking.
Oh, okay.
That was a joke. Sure, it wasn't as good as the one earlier from Aaron.
Yeah.
Biggest joke in the world, but it was a joke.
Best joke in the universe.
But yeah, I thought that our MLS team is looking pretty good. That's all I got, guys.
And in a couple of years, it'll be even better with the additions of Nagby and Yedlin.
Yeah.
And Will Trapp. Everybody forgets about Will Trapp, but I'm telling you.
But yeah, he's easy to forget about.
And Fagundes. Don't forget Fagundes.
Fagundes as well. Yeah.
Got a lot of young players. I thought that.
And when Josie inevitably comes back, and when Breck Shea comes back, and everyone's just going to come back. I think Discoon should come play in MLS too.
Are we excited about?
Yeah, Breck played for Portland.
He's doing okay in his last year here.
Who?
Are we excited about Breck Shea coming back?
I am. I think
Well,
he's.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Go, Aaron.
Just talk
Well,
over
if
it.
anything, he'll go to Toronto because apparently that's where all the U.S. players go.
Well, they gotta
Toronto
run
now.
out of cap space and fake Garber bucks sooner or later, right?
They'll find a
Man,
way.
you never run out of fake Garber good bucks.
Are they like life in Jurassic Park? They'll find a way.
Yes.
I guess so. I think Garber's going to say all Canadian teams get a fifth DP spot, even though there's only 3 for American teams, because it's unfair because the cold. And
1, 2, 5. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think
Aaron
Breck Shea's a
doesn't know. There
DP.
you have it, guys.
Breck Shea's, if Maurice Adu's not a DP, Breck Shea's definitely not a DP. Unless Maurice Adu is a DP.
Well, I don't know. I think Breck Shea ruined it for himself, but that's just me. I don't
Yeah.
have a high opinion of him at this point.
Yeah,
But-
didn't he make some sort of like? Wasn't he racist at Stoke or something? And then they kicked him down to, I don't know, the Dutch league or something.
He flipped off some fans defending a teammate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do remember that being like a little bit overblown.
And last time he was in Columbus, he kicked a ball at a referee.
Yeah.
So he's had some temper issues on the side of his,
That's not
questionable
fair either. Because
quality.
last time Andy Nahar was in DC, he threw a ball at a referee, but it was an accident.
Right, this one was not an accident.
Oh, okay.
I heard Breck Shea eats babies too.
I once read that.
He has a tattoo for every baby he's eaten.
That is correct.
Oh, he's got a lot of tattoos too.
Yeah. Man.
All right, let's switch gears completely. Aaron, NASL Week 1. What's going on?
Well, you have fake rivalries happening, and 2 new teams joining the league. So it's going to be an interesting week.
I don't know a ton about NASL, so what fake rivalries do we have, and what 2 new teams do we have?
Well, the 2 new teams I'll start it with is Ottawa Fury, which not many people know a lot about right now. But I have them actually I think they're going to be in like the top 5 in the league. They're bringing in a lot of good talent. And
Now,
just from
they
Go
play in
ahead.
Canada, right?
Yeah.
Ottawa. Okay.
Yeah, that's where Ottawa is
That's where Ottawa
located.
is.
A proper response, Aaron. You've done it.
They, I had no idea what else to say. I mean, they've brought in a few good talent players. They brought I can't pronounce his name from Montreal, Uba Parapovic.
Uba Parapovic.
Yeah, sounds like it. They brought a Chinese dude in, a guy from Patterson from Charleston, a guy from VSI Tampa, and then they brought Heineman in from Vancouver. But they have a good. I mean, they have a good team. What?
That sounds like they have a real village people going up there.
Oh, basically, they got a Chinese guy, a guy from Canada.
Tall guy. One of them showed a cowboy.
Well, their preseason seems to be going pretty well, and a lot of teams have them really high on their list. And then the other expansion team, we're talking about Chicago Fire Rejects, is Peter Wilt's baby, Indy 11. They didn't bring in a whole lot. They brought in Cleverson from Philadelphia that everybody seems to love. And they brought Ambersley from Tampa Bay, who was a great player. He had like 2 goals and 1 assist in 18 games, but he was a consistent starter for Tampa and a really good force. And then they brought in Ramirez.
They should bring in Freddie Adu. Speaking of Philly rejects.
Oh yeah. Well,
he's looking to play soccer somewhere.
Well, Atlanta and New York apparently tried and it didn't work out.
I actually read an article the other day that he was the best American prospect ever. It was written in the late 90s.
Was it 10 years ago?
Yes.
He's American Pele, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Well, I mean, very highly of him.
I don't know what to think about Indy yet. I haven't seen a lot of their updates. They've been very cryptic. When Portland played them in the preseason, they used aliases for all of their players. So I don't know much about Indy.
I think if there's one thing you can say about Indy 11, it's that they do know how many players go on the field.
And I expect these kind of jokes. Like when they get a red card, they're going to be Indy 10. Things like that. I can't wait to use them.
They're definitely going to lose their first game, right? Right.
They're playing Carolina, so I think so. But they're playing at home, so I'm not sure.
I'm not caressing anything right now.
Wow.
That's Carolina Railhawks stuff.
Hey, I sleep with the scarf sometimes because I'm not going to talk about it. Let's move on.
Sometimes Ian caresses the things he sleeps with. Just leave it at that.
Well, so let's just kind of go down the list, and then I'll save the best for last. You have Fort Lauderdale taking on Ottawa in Florida.
Is that the fake rivalry?
No.
Oh.
We'll get there.
Okay.
But, I mean, I see Ottawa taking Fort Lauderdale a couple games. I don't know if any of y'all actually follow an ASL.
I do.
Okay. Then we have the next one is Carolina and Indy playing in Indy. And, I mean, they're expecting more than a sellout from all Indy 11's been hyping up. They've got thousands of season ticket holders, so we'll see.
I'm excited, honestly, to see. Well, I won't be able to see that game because NASL is making me pay like half of what I would pay for MLS Live, so I'm not going to watch it unless someone puts a stream somewhere. But I'm